as soon as you tell them you're an African and somebody comes to you to the store and you are ignoring the lady and you're talking to the man, all of you know that the man will tell you to talk to her. She's the one who controls the money. You understand? If they want to help you out. Basically, what I'm saying, when you are dealing with an organization, you need to know who is there. Not the titles, not the hierarchy, but who really makes the decisions. This is very important. As you get hold of women who work in London, although you talk to the CEO, how does he relate to his executive assistant? Who really writes the letters? Who directs the workflow? You understand? It's important for us to know that. It's important for us to know who we are dealing with. So the same thing I've dealt with here. It's social intelligence. I think that ladies have intuition. Ladies are allowed to show emotion more than men. But this is very important too. The ability to read socially, to be able to understand what the other people are feeling. You understand? When you're dealing with people. So this is at executive level, we really don't deal with numbers. We really don't deal with the decisions that hiyo pesa imekuja. We deal with the people who are making the decisions. We deal with the people who are people. And this is a problem when we try to ignore it. You know, it's like when you straight go and say, hey, what is the budget? Oops, you have skipped. You have done exactly what I did when I was working with Home Depot, and I'm seeing the guy. I'm going straight to him and saying, are you buying the fridge? And the guy is saying, he's thinking, God, you are just giving me a problem. I will go home to explain why I picked that color. You understand? So they can become, if you don't read, if you are not able to read socially, okay? Because, you know, people make decisions about what is important to them from and they assign value according to what is important to them. You understand? So basically, you need to read this. You need to understand this first. I know that you will finally get access to the money, but if you don't get access to the money, if I can't get the sale, I won't sell the fridge. If I ignore that lady coming to Home Depot because I'm talking to the guy, they won't buy the fridge, right? So there's no point of even me trying, right? Same thing. Yeah. Same thing when you are writing a grant and you're talking to the guy, you need to be able to understand who makes the decisions. And you need to understand that people don't make decisions really rationally. Most of the time is emotionally, right? If I don't like a dress, however cheap it is, if my wife won't wear it, I won't buy it, right? I must be emotionally attached to it. So if I don't want to deal with you just because the way you came off me, it doesn't matter how competent you are. It doesn't matter. In fact, you may give me an idea and I go shopping around for somebody I can work with. Have you ever known that?
Yeah.
Yes. Because I'm like, yeah, that is a good idea. Those ladies said it can be done in Nairobi. But I don't like them. There's something about them I don't like. And then they start shopping around for somebody else. You understand? Because we fail to read the emotion. We fail to read the people. So that is one important thing also we have to be sure about. And then we come to ethics. Okay?
Yes.
Yeah. When we tell people the things we know we are not going to do. And then they can read through us. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. fraud starts from the beginning. When you give things, objectives that are not measurable, when the objectives that are not attainable, when you tell me that you are not going to pay yourself, but you are going to work anyway. As soon as you tell me you are not going to pay yourself, I'm thinking, how is she going to survive?
Going to work. Yes.
Yeah, do you understand? You might think it's something good, but I'm doing this for free, right? But how is it going to work? You understand? So
Yes.
this is exactly when you decide to deceive people and they can see through you.
Yes.
Yeah. In fact, you wonder when somebody says, I'll pay myself $50,000. And somebody says, no, as we are not paying. And then the person who said they are going to pay themselves $50,000 get the grant. What is happening in people's mind? You understand? Because they're like, how are you going to survive? Or are you going to pay attention to this project? Because, if you tell me you want me to give you $50,000 to do a project, but you will not pay yourself anything, I have two questions in my mind. Are you going to find some other place to work so that you can get money to live on? In that case, you will not be spending time on this project. This 50,000 is very important to me. You understand? It might be a small amount to you, but it's very important to me, and I like to give it to somebody who will pay full attention to it. Or are you going to pay full attention to your project and steal the money? Either way, it's wrong, right?
Yes.
You just needed to write a line. I will need $10,000 of this 50,000. This is the 10,000 I'll be using. I'll spend 10 hours a week on it, on the project, and I think it's 10,000. Okay?
Yes.
It's clear. It's all there. Do you understand? So,
Yes.
fraud and stealing starts very early on your project and on your mindset when you conduct the people. It's a dance. As you talk, as they talk, as you communicate, they are looking through it. Is it doable? Is it okay? So something to think about.
Now, and if I may ask, excuse me. Yeah, when it comes to payment, I think the donors want to see, they look at the percentage, which percentage can you advise when you are quoting? Because many times they look at the percentage that you are saying that you want to pay yourself. If you are working with like $500, which is around 50,000 Kenyan shillings.
Yes.
And you say maybe I'm going to pay myself 20,000, which is on the higher side.
Yeah.
And you find that many times they will refuse because now you are taking more than what is needed. So what can you advise when it comes to payment? Can you say, okay, I'm going to pay myself 5,000 or am I going to pay myself 10,000? Which percentage, roughly which percentage are you supposed to work with? Because if you say very little amount, they will still doubt. If you say high amount, they will look at it like the amount you are taking a lot from the grant, other than doing the project that you are supposed to do.
The only thing I'd like to come to, achievability and realistic. You understand? The reason why I go back to that is that 50,000 Kenya shillings, and if you're asking me 50,000 and the work you're paying yourself 20, you're paying yourself 40% of the money, I'm thinking maybe you have your math wrong. You understand? Because normally when they are grading non-profits, they don't always want the cost to be below 10%. That's true, right? Normally people would think, I think below 10% is good, okay? But that is, I would not like to hold you down to that. I would like it to be realistic and achievable. So if you find that you have 40, yani, what I'm saying that the livability, the ability for you to do that job is taking 40%, it means that maybe you have not put enough work there. You understand? If your hours and your time is 20,000, I think the project should be 20,000 should be 10% or below. Do you get what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Unless that is not the only project you are doing, in which case you have to combine all these projects together, and you only charge that project the 10%. You get what I'm saying? You in your write up you say that. You say this project is only going to be 10% of what we do, and we'll only charge it 10% of for employees. We look at the reporting, and you'll see how it is. We have been talking too much. If you ladies want a break, just tell me. I'll stop a little bit or something. I'm not hearing you, Pastor.
We go on.
Okay, all right. So what I'm saying, particularly on the proportion of salaries and stuff like that, make sure that you are not taking so much money as if that is now just you are just getting money from those people. You are doing something useful, right? And most people will think that if you are taking less than 10% or 10% there as salaries and stuff is good. If that's your only project, you may not be doing the right scale if your salaries are more than that percent. You understand? So me, I would think that a project that where salary is 20,000, it should be a project that is like 200,000. Okay, that means the 80% is going to the work. Okay, so it's a matter of scaling too. Okay, so and if you have more than enough projects, don't charge one project too much. The point is, be open, be transparent, say exactly what you are going to do, because nobody is coming to your office telling you what to write. And when they charge you for fraud, they will charge you that you said this and you didn't do this. You understand? They are going to use your words. Your words. You said you are going to take 10% of the money for salaries, and you took 70%. True fact. It's your writing. You understand? So, and the person who is giving the grants would also not like to do when is that proportion. So anything below 10% is good for me for now. Okay, and you know the relationship between, we already talked about it. Pre-trust. When you don't trust somebody, when you meet them, you want to fight or flight. Fight or flight, right? That's it. That's all we are thinking about. You meet somebody, you want to run or you want to fight them. Is this true or not?
It is true.
So we want to avoid this. And remember, every time you write an email to somebody saying you want money, this is what they are thinking. Run away or fight you. Yeah, if you remember anything, remember this. Please don't meet somebody in the street and tell them you have a problem. They want to run or they want to fight you. We want to avoid this. All right? And then we talked about meaning already. Don't think you know what people mean. Ask them. You understand? Yeah. Ask the grand maker, ask the chief executive what they mean so that they can explain to you. Okay?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, ask. That email, that phone number that is on the request for proposal, it is actually somebody at the other side. There's somebody at the other side. They are waiting for your phone call. They actually want to talk to you, okay? And they want to learn from you, and they want to explain to you what they want, okay? And I like number 3 there. That like when we started this webinar, all you guys knew 65% of what I'm going to say. You understand? So you are just listening for the 35%, and then you can fill in the blanks. Can you imagine? This is real. This is human beings. As soon as you start talking to somebody, they already know 65% of what you're going to say. That's why you need to know them, and they need to know you, so that when they fill in the blanks, they are actually feeling something closer to the truth. When you start talking to a grant maker, they already know what you're going to say. Make sure that story is right. This is why we need to get in touch with them. Unintentionally, that bank manager, as soon as you call them, they already filled in the blanks. If they are not your friends. It's just human. You understand?
Yeah.
It is human that people already know 65% of what you are going to say before you say it.
Okay.
It may not be true, but it is their truth. Our job as chief executive, as managers of these organizations, is to ensure that we reduce that 65% to be true. You understand?
Yeah.
The people don't do it because they are mean. People do it because they are people. You understand?
Yeah.
So, a grant maker's meaning, an ultimate request for proposal, depends on their intention. If you do not know their intention, you can't know what they mean. Okay? And the only way to know their intention is to talk to them. Don't try to avoid them. Don't try not to call them. Don't try to have a big meeting in the office, and the one person you are missing to talk to is the person who sent out the request to order, request for proposal. You understand? So this is very important. Confirm the request for funding wording meaning. Don't take it from your experience. Kama wanasema hii inatakanga hivi. Aren't we all guilty of that, right?
Yeah.
We always read something and they say kama wanasema hivi inaonekana wanataka hivi. Why don't you pick up the phone and ask them whether that is exactly what they want? I mean, it's true, right? It's true, right? Just and I see the divergence that occurs from the words we choose, right? And the meaning we intend reduces when we know each other. When Mrs. Elizabeth Omolo says, Daktari, can you come and talk to us about managing and refining funding? I sort of know what she's talking about. And then I ask her, what do you really want to talk about? And then she says, I think this is what we want to talk about. You know, that's so that I am trying to reduce that separation so that we actually are talking about the same thing. This should happen too with your with your grants. Now, here we go. We have been talking all this time. Now we need to know who these grant makers are. Okay? Who is the United States Agency for International Development, what do they say they do? Okay? This is what they say they do. They provide economic and humanitarian assistance in more than 100 countries to ensure a better future for all of us. That is quite wide, right? Now imagine you go to the website and you say that they read that this is what they do. You want to write them a proposal? You don't want to write these people a proposal. you want to find out what is a better future for both of us. What is their view of a better future for both of us? What do they think your future, a better future for you is? You understand?
Yes.
What they think is good for you may not be good for you, right? So you need to find out from these people what they mean. A small business administration maintains and strengthens the nation's economy by aiding, counseling, assisting, and protecting the interest of small businesses, and by helping families and businesses recover from national disaster. You understand? That is what they say they do. But when they put up a request for proposal, that's not good enough for me. It's not good enough for you too. Okay?
Yes.
Bill and Melinda Foundation, to bring about the kind of change that will help people live healthier and more productive lives. Okay? Can you imagine that? Pastor Jen, what does that mean? You understand? She's talking about, yeah, to bring
Something to
about,
do
eh?
with the health
Yes. Yeah,
and agriculture, I think,
yeah,
education, generally social life.
yes. But that's what we think, okay? And
Yes.
so, do you think World Women of Faith fits there? Who
Yes.
think yes or no?
Yes, it fits.
Yes, it
Does.
fits. But you know, we cannot know for sure until we talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we cannot know for sure until we talk to them, until we are talking to somebody who works there, who we have made to understand what Women of Faith does, to see whether we are a fit. Because you know what? Your time is expensive. Their time is expensive too. When they put up a request for proposal and you spend 1 week writing a proposal, if you are not a fit, you have wasted your time. If you picked up the phone and talked to somebody there and then they told you, no, Elizabeth, I think this is not good for you. You might not like that, but they have saved you time so that you can concentrate on another proposal that you fit.
Yes.
Is everybody getting me? When you
Yes.
call and they tell you are not a fit, that's good for you. That's good for them too, because you are also reducing the time they'll spend trying to read your proposal when they know that is not a good fit. So, our responsibility, we know that we need to go out there and make relationship. But when we make relationship, we pick the agencies that we need to deal with, and then we study them, and then we talk to the people there, so that they can understand us and we can understand them. So, yeah, that is it. We get to know them, let them get to know you. All right, here we go.
Next.
Now here we go. You see now here? Collaborative post-trust, right? This is where now, this is where we start in college. Oh, managing money is about planning, organizing, directing, controlling. Everybody who has gone to college knows that when we collect money, this is what we're supposed to do, right?
Yes.
And we think that people are very rational. Okay? People are rational. They feel in this environment they feel safe, they feel secure, and they're planning. But you know what? you cannot be in this environment if you don't feel safe. You understand? If you haven't developed that relationship. Can you imagine how far we have come to be able to reach here? And most people want to start here. Want to start, how do we plan to get this money? How do we organize it? How do we direct it? How do we control it? No, you are not going to do that because you are not going to access the money in the first place. You understand? So, this is deep inside completely. This is where we want to be. Okay? As chief executive officers, as people who run organizations, we do all the other places until we reach here. Now, this is simple now. When people are comfortable now, you can bring the grand officer to come to your coach and sit there and say, today I don't feel like coming to town. Can you just come to my place and we ride from there? No. Pastor Jen, at a time when the grand maker, the person who put up the request to order, can come to your house so that you can sit and do this. That's where we want to find ourselves. When you can say, mtoto wangu ni mgonjwa, I think I want to work from home. Can you come to my place, please? Or can we just do this on Zoom? You understand?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah, because, this money they are taking care of belongs to other people. And they want to move this money to somebody else. They will not move it to somebody, they cannot come to a sitting room. If they can't come to your house, they will not give you the money to manage.
Oh.
I mean, yeah, it's true. If she can't come, if he can't come, if you can't meet at the coffee house and go through the proposal, I know I have dealt with clients who don't even want to show me the proposal before they submit. They are afraid to show me, and they want to submit it to the grand maker. What do you think is going to happen? Yeah, you have sat down, read this proposal, but you are afraid to give somebody to review it for you. Yeah.
Ataiba ideas.
No,
You will copy. You will copy.
Okay. That is another one. But the other one is that they are afraid that you might find out that they did something wrong. But it's better for you to find out now.
Ama tutatangulia kutuma.
Hapana. The truth of the matter is, you need to have trusted people who can read through it, right?
Yes.
And there is no better person than the person who is going to review it. Okay? Because you are reducing their work.
Yes,
So,
yes.
yeah. So all these things, you make your budget, you make your schedule, you write your narrative, you show your competencies, you show your testimonials. These are things that are actually assembled very fast. Do you understand? In fact, for a chief executive officer, I will not deal with this. I don't deal because to do a budget, you do a budget line by line. You understand? Somebody is an accountant doing it. You do a schedule. It's not you doing it. Competencies, your CV resumes are already out there. The worst resume is the one which is not tailor-made. You understand? I know I've seen a situation whereby somebody is applying for a job, but with a resume that they made 5 years ago. Okay? First of all, when I am reading a proposal, I don't want to know that you went to Harvard. I don't want to know that you went to Matioli Primary School. How is that going to help me make a decision? You understand? I want to know where you went that will help you do what I want you to do.
Yeah.
So every time you send up competencies, you must go revise it. You must make it specific, because I am busy. I don't want to dig through your resumes to find your field. You understand?